This time on Highway Thru Hell.
I need police, fire, and ambulance.
A terrifying night
Colton, you need to sit.
hits close to home
This is unbelievable.
and brings a towing family together. A load of heavy metal
Just don't let it swing too much.
has Mervyn Dillon
Send us all to the moon.
under live wires.
Holy.
And an off-road adventure takes a chilling turn.
Wait. Whoa, whoa.
Slipping a little here and there, so be careful. I'll stick with slow. Slow and steady wind race.
In the deep chill of winter, 25 miles south of Merritt, BC.
One big black ice sheet.
A reliable towing heavy wrecker patrols the Coquihalla Highway.
Reliables on police rotation this week.
A rapid change in the freezing level has operator James Luke keeping a close eye on road conditions.
The highways are gone bad, so taking the black sheep up and we're going hill pulling.
Just after 10 p.m.,
What's going on up there?
a disturbing call
The tow truck just crashed into the divider.
crackles over the radio.
The flat deck went into the ditch there.
The only tow truck that has passed me in the last 2 minutes has been Colton.
James arrives.
That better not be him.
Looks like truck's destroyed.
Oh my God.
As he approaches the scene,
Holy, I just drove by that truck. Jeez.
a sickening feeling sets in.
I'm expecting the worst. I'm expecting to see somebody dead.
But just a few feet away,
Colton, you okay?
reliable driver Colton Olson is out of the wreck in a state of shock.
He's very confused. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. Okay, sit down over here. Just sit down. Just sit down.
guy I'm worried about.
Inside his truck, one of Colton's customers
Stop.
is trapped.
Okay, hold on. I'm calling 911. Oh my God. We need police, fire, and ambulance. We have a passenger trapped inside the truck.
On the Highway Thru Hell, closure is not an option.
Tow truck crashed into the divider.
A major accident involving one of his own
We need police, fire, and ambulance.
has James Luke calling 911.
Holy. Colton, you need to sit.
Flat deck operator Colton Olson lost control on black ice and collided with the back of a semi.
There was 3 occupants inside the tow truck. One of them's our driver. He's limping.
The guy is still inside there.
There's another passenger that is stuck inside the tow truck. It's a pretty bad one. Holy man, you need to sit down. Come on.
Can't put any weight on the right side of my body.
Oh my God.
Emergency services on scene yet? Fire rescue just come ripping up out of Merritt here.
Help is on the way.
I hear sirens.
They're in there right now.
Ram the gas the jaws out.
They gotta get him out of the truck.
First responders cut through the wreckage.
Got it? Yeah, cutting.
Using the hydraulic jaws of life. And James calls reliable towing's owner,
Suki, you need to get up here now. It is not good. It's just better to have him on a situation like this, considering it's involving one of our own.
How was the passenger? I'm not sure.
Got it still? Yep. Okay. Let me know when you're through. You're through, yeah.
the passenger is out.
Tell me everybody got out of that okay? He's all good.
and has escaped serious injury.
It's definitely a huge weight that's being lifted. Knowing that this person's gonna live to see another day.
Owner Suki Manj arrives to support his crew.
You're worried about them, you're worried about the people that were involved in the accidents. It's a pretty stressful situation.
So how did this happen? Who did he hit?
That rig. From the point of impact, which was just past the trailer, it took the guy that long to stop.
This is what happens, the weather changes here. People don't recognize that it's still treacherous conditions.
Suki knows about the dangers of this highway all too well. He was a police officer for 23 years and worked many accident scenes on the Coke.
Whether you're an owner of a tow operation or if you're a police officer, you want to make sure everyone gets home safely.
It actually busted it
Busted right off.
right off there.
Yeah, look at this. Everything's broken.
Dangerous game, man. Dangerous game.
To assess his injuries, Colton is sent to hospital.
I'm really worried for Colton. Hopefully he's okay.
Definitely appreciate what they do, but hope I never need their services. Big 10-4.
And first responders cleared the scene.
Okay, I'll go help you with that.
Okay.
Now the reliable team has to do the unthinkable.
This is the part that's gonna suck.
Tow what's left of their own truck.
So what do we need to do?
Throw one up over top of it.
Okay.
It's really hard, but we gotta do what we gotta do in this case.
The front end is so mangled,
Okay, lift.
it must be chained to the tow bar.
Holy Lord, buddy. There's a lot of damage. It's just destroyed.
The road's open back up again, right? Yeah, they've opened it up. Traffic's moving through there slowly.
This road's icy still.
As James leaves the scene,
Sorry to hear about your instructor.
the gravity of the event sinks in.
We're just happy everybody's okay. Bit banged up, but they're okay.
Absolutely. Good to hear you guys are okay.
Emotionally strained. I think that's probably going to be the best words to describe it. Knowing that someone could have died in this wreck is running huge through me right now. Colton didn't do anything wrong. He was more concerned about the guy that was trapped. These things definitely, they'll haunt you day in, day out. It just doesn't go away.
I can't see where I'm going. Snow, more snow.
60 miles south, near the town of Hope,
I just passed a tow truck. He's on his way up the hill there.
a Jamie Davis heavy wrecker is dispatched up Highway 3.
Into the darkness we go.
Cam Nino is back behind the wheel of the General after a tough break. On a recent job,
Oh, what the?
a cracked clutch shut down Cam's winch
Broken, cracked.
and put the brakes on Jamie's classic workhorse.
Cam's back, my winch is down again.
But upon closer inspection,
See a crack right there.
severe cold and metal fatigue was to blame.
It's a 40-year-old machine. This isn't Cam.
Tonight, Cam heads up the narrow mountain road
The conditions are real bad right now, though.
to help another operator in trouble.
Visibility is really low. You know, it's a cardinal rule. Never leave another tow guy out in the ditch.
The driver is stranded on a notorious blind corner.
A lot of stuff's happened there over the years. I've been there a lot of times. And we've got to give him a hand.
Oh, there we go, right here. We got the tow truck here. He's on a really bad corner.
The operator left the road on the tight, slippery turn.
There was a tractor trailer right here. He came backwards at me, so I moved over that way. You can see where I went, right?
It's a dangerous corner, to say the least. Something as simple as that can turn deadly real quick.
Before Cam leaves his truck,
We're gonna have a heavy wrecker in the southbound lane here.
he uses his radio to make sure drivers know he's there.
Just keep her slow for us, please. Thank you.
It's probably your most important tool to have. To talk to other truckers, tell them where he is and what's going on.
Waiting for traffic control could take hours.
This guy's stuck. He's a hazard to motorists.
So Cam
How's it going?
needs to act quickly.
Can you believe this? I don't want to get hit, right?
Cam has to analyze the whole thing and make the best decision.
I got my pylons there. I want around the corner, too.
It's very dangerous.
Okay, let's get going here before we get hit.
I'm tense, but I still got my mind on the job.
Okay, you want to grab a chain?
Working beside the blind corner,
This is so slick right there. We'll have to go backwards.
Cam moves fast
Well, I'm not worried about this way. I'm worried about this way.
to get the tow operator out of danger.
I definitely want to get him out of harm's way. Hopefully it's going to be a quick one.
I'm in the westbound lane. I'll be out of here in about 2 minutes.
But as he gets into position to pull,
Son of a bitch.
I'm slipping a little here.
Okay. Stop.
Road's getting pretty slick out here. Good tow truck, lights flashing. Be careful.
on Highway 3,
I'm in the westbound lane. I'll be out of here in about 2 minutes.
Cam's in a race to recover another tow operator on a slick curve.
It's a complete blind corner and it's sheer ice. It's not a good spot to be in.
Despite Cam's warning on the radio moments ago,
I'm slowing her down.
a loaded semi rounds the bend
Go ahead, driver. I'll let you go here.
and tries to brake on the slick downhill.
I'm slipping a little here.
Okay. Stop.
You never want to see a trailer coming sideways down the hill at you.
Go. You all right, driver?
Yeah, I spun out a little bit, but I'll try to sneak by you.
You can put all the signs and cones out you want, but if the road conditions are not allowing you to stop, it's just gonna happen.
Thanks for the heads up. It's nice to see your cones out there before the corner.
The driver is safely on his way,
Have a safe trip, eh?
but Cam's job isn't over. He still needs to get the operator off the corner.
It's dangerous. My blood's pumping right now.
Okay, let's get out of here before something else happens.
He's still in the ditch and he still needs help, so try to get him out as quick as we can.
One tug,
We got him out.
and Cam has the deck truck back on the road.
Have a good night. Now let's get off the hill safely. Okay, guys, we're all cleaned up here.
Okay, sounds good.
At the end of the day, nobody got hurt, and the job got done.
He's safe and he's on his way home now. You know, that's the thing about here. A simple job is never just a simple job.
In Merritt, at the reliable tow yard,
We just got back to the yard with the truck.
James returns with the company's heavily damaged deck truck. And one of their own is in hospital.
Big eye opener. Big eye opener.
Look how twisted it is.
Lucky to be alive, man. The last thing I want is a coworker in that predicament.
That's what they do. Put their lives on the line every damn day.
When one of us hurts, we all hurt.
One by one, crew members see the impact of a split-second moment.
Doing this job, there could be some very serious consequences. We just all want to get home at the end of the day.
Look at that alternator.
The truck can be replaced,
This is unbelievable.
but company owner Suki Manj knows the accident will be felt for some time.
We're like a family, and that's why it's important for everyone to be there.
2 hours after the crash, an unexpected face walks into the garage.
How you doing?
I'm not broken.
You look a little broken.
I'm not broken.
Colton was released from hospital with minor injuries.
My left leg's still good.
For him to walk back in is pretty impressive.
Just glass there.
Yeah, glass.
Some of the toughest people in the world, they're tow operators. Yeah, it's good that he's good.
I'm really worried about him because he's a young fellow. He's just started driving. Colton will be dealing with the trauma every time he gets behind the wheel of a tow truck.
I bet you if that rack wasn't there, that car would be sitting in the back seat.
Absolutely.
There'd be definitely fatals in this.
It really opens your eyes on how much risk you take.
The dreams will happen. The PTSD will happen. I honestly am gonna be surprised if he gets back in the tow truck.
The next morning,
Drove into the ditch?
in the hills near Agassiz, BC,
Yeah, he's not in a very good spot.
Mission Towing's Truck 90 heads to an urgent call.
We're just heading up to Morris Valley. Got a call for a rolled over semi-truck up there. Don't know much this time.
Dylan Greenwood has been called in to a heavy job on a narrow road.
Right around the corner, the gas crashed. Oh, wow.
She dragged herself into the ditch there pretty good.
That didn't look like a fun ride.
We got a truck that's on its side.
Lucky you didn't take out that telephone pole.
It's pretty messed up. Yeah, it's torn apart.
Hauling a heavy load, the rig entered the tight corner. Rolled, spilled its cargo, and nearly knocked out a power pole.
The guy come around a little too quick and lost control on the corner.
Now, Dylan has to recover the transport.
Going into the bushes here.
And a mass of metal. Heavy-duty construction piles, each weighing 7,000 pounds.
They're big, long, awkward pipes. They take these things and they put a big, gigantic diesel hammer on top of them, and then it hammers them into the bedrock.
Dylan must find a way to get 30 tons of steel piling out of the ditch.
It's a bad situation. Getting this job done is going to be a tricky one.
Don't know how they're gonna flop it over. Are they pulling that truck out?
In the Fraser Valley,
Yeah, I just laid over. She dragged herself into the ditch there pretty good.
Dylan faces a flipped tractor trailer with an extraordinary load.
It's going to be difficult to get this job done.
60,000 pounds of heavy-duty piling lay scattered beside the wreck.
Well, he did the hard part and unloaded the load for us.
But first, the rig will have to be flipped back onto its wheels.
Yeah, second records up there now.
Mission Truck 80 and operator Steve White arrive on scene.
Holy crap.
Because this recovery calls for 2 trucks.
Carnage, parts laying everywhere. This is going to be fun.
With 2 powerful wreckers,
Pull ahead so you're like right on the edge of that ditch. Yeah.
Dylan and Steve have enough iron to get the job done. But barely enough space to work in.
We're on a narrow road that's winding through the mountains. It's a tight situation.
The cramped confines could put the wreck and wreckers on a collision course.
Good to pull.
Everything looks all right.
Now go ahead, Steve.
The tractor trailer begins to roll.
Keep going, keep going.
But as it reaches the tipping point,
Okay, watch those.
Steve is running out of room.
I hope we can get them out without any damage to any of our trucks.
It's not gonna move.
Hold on, hold on.
24 miles west in Mission, a surprise visitor returns to the tow yard.
Been a while since I've been here.
For the first time since a life-altering event.
That's good exercise for me today, hey? That's a good walk.
Yep.
Company boss Ken DePerrin
Brought a few in, it looks like.
is in the care of his longtime partner, Val.
Nice to see him here. It's where he feels at home. It's where he feels the best.
Ken suffered a major heart attack earlier this winter.
I was very close.
Don't they?
There.
Are they out already?
They're done.
That was quick.
Since then, Ken's been on a long road to recovery.
Some people aren't lucky and don't come out of it. I'm just lucky I did.
That's a neat old truck. Needed lots of history there.
He's gone through a lot. It's been really, really hard.
Ken is still under doctor's orders to take it slow.
I was still in a lot of pain. Not allowed to lift any heavy chains. Not allowed to pull any cable. This really affects me for towing.
There you go. I like the pressure sometimes. Maybe that's part of my problem.
Hard on me. It is. But I gotta rely on everybody else, and that's all there is to it.
At the job east of Mission,
Hey, watch yourself.
Ken's crew
Too close.
have reached a critical moment.
You don't want to hit the truck.
The wreck is lining up with the back of Steve's wrecker.
I can see that the trailer is shifted, which is cutting down his landing zone. You don't want that.
We're gonna roll her.
As it came down,
That close?
the wreck
Uh-oh.
made contact.
I didn't quite have as much room as you did. We had the room till this trailer started to slide.
I really didn't want that to happen.
But a bumper on the trailer softened the blow.
No damage. That's all that matters.
Not too bad. Just by the skin of our teeth there.
A tractor. Good. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Steve leaves the scene with the tractor. But the next stage of the recovery will be a heavyweight battle.
The pipe is a bit of a pain in the ass to get it out. It'll be a hard job.
The situation calls for something to be able to lift these things and load them back onto the trailer. We gotta get a rotator out here. We gotta call Merv out.
It's gonna be a tow truck party. Yeah, we're gonna go do a little bit of crane work.
Aggressive Towing's 50-ton rotator and operator Chris Mervin are dispatched to the scene.
In a rotator, I can reach over the side, I can reach over the corners. You have a lot more options.
Wow. It's gonna be a juggling act for sure.
For Dylan,
What's going on?
What's going on, buddy?
Merv is more than just a familiar face.
Funny to see you here. Just traveling by.
He's a mentor.
We're gonna play a game of pickup sticks.
Merv taught me how to drive. And I sort of picked up a few things from him. We work well together.
But right away,
This is gonna be pretty tight.
Merv spots a hazard right above the scene.
About 30 feet up is the power lines. It's definitely gonna be interesting.
And shutting off the power isn't an option.
Cut the power to this valley. You're cutting power to thousands of people.
Go back across here in front of the tractor.
Working underneath the power lines, Merv must lift each 7,000-pound steel pipe onto a trailer while the wires are live.
Well, we gotta stay 10 feet away from the top ones. We'll just do it all really low.
Yeah.
We're operating underneath power lines. If you mess this up, you stand a pretty good chance of something catastrophic happening.
We'll grab them one at a time, bring them in.
The only way is to just lift them one by one, slowly but surely, and get them loaded up and out of there.
But before Merv gets to work,
19.
each 50-foot-long pipe must be carefully measured and marked.
It makes it a little easier when we're lining up the straps, so it's right in the middle. 30s, 25s.
Find the centers of them so we can balance them as we lift them up.
We're good.
See if we can get our belly wrapped.
The first pipe is rigged and ready.
We gotta stay away from those lines. Otherwise it could arc over to our trucks and send us all to the moon.
The rotator starts to lift.
Okay guys, jump out of there.
Getting out of here.
Everybody's clear on the other side?
And Merv cautiously works the controls.
Just don't let it swing too much. This is gonna be the sketchy one. Nice and easy.
In the Fraser Valley,
Just don't let it swing too much.
Merv is threading the needle,
Watch your heads, boys.
flying nearly 4 tons of heavy metal directly below live wires.
Lifting them straight up would put my boom in contact with some power lines above. That's never a good scene.
Unreal.
Merv and his rotator were called in to help Dylan clean up a wreck site.
Look at that. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And get a grip on the 50-foot-long piles.
Yeah, 3 inches.
But Merv and Dylan are discovering
Too much.
each awkward load
Whoa, 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 whoa.
has a different balancing point.
You okay?
Yeah.
The pipe actually filled full of dirt during the accident.
The center point of the pipe is no longer the center point of our lift.
So many pieces.
For each pile,
A little bit of a juggling act.
the rigging must be painstakingly adjusted to find the center of gravity.
There's no rushing it. We gotta do what we gotta do to get those things lifted to the right spot.
The recovery runs into night,
Pull on that cable for a second.
and Mother Nature
Oh, man.
adds a fresh layer of difficulty.
It's starting to snow.
Heavy snow.
Watch yourself, Dylan.
It's coming down fast.
Touching the ground.
Now we're getting icy conditions on the pipes.
Yeah, get out of there, boys.
It's another hazard
Whoa, 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 whoa.
to the frustrating final stage.
Only 10,000-pound rolling pin.
Close, but not quite, eh?
Need to get these loaded up ASAP.
But Merv and Dylan only have to look up to see why they still must take things slow,
Pick up this end a little bit.
carefully avoiding the live lines above.
If we don't do this right,
Okay, block it.
it could be a very dangerous situation.
One more to go.
Nine long hours into the recovery,
Drop her down.
30 tons of steel pilings are back on a truck
Knock her loose.
Throw some straps on it and get the hell out of here.
and ready to roll.
Beautiful.
Okay, buddy. That was a fun game of pickup sticks.
Bye. Thanks for coming out.
See you on the next rounder.
When I work with Merv, he's like a big brother.
Have a good night.
See you later.
Went pretty well. Dylan, he's a good guy to work for and work around.
Time to go. Yeah, we're rolling now.
"110 miles northeast near Merritt.
There's some good trails up here.
James Luke is ready to blow off some steam after a tough few days for Team Reliable.
Some days, the stress of the job is extremely bad. So we're gonna have some fun up in the mountains.
James is helping his friend Brian Chivers,
Well, I'm off-roading.
who got himself into trouble at a well-known off-roading site.
It's called the Flats. I've pulled many vehicles out of there.
Okay, you can go that way.
Brian's not just a buddy. He's one of Reliable's heavy mechanics.
Brian is the guy who takes care of the black sheep. When I break it, he fixes it.
But today,
So why is your truck in a lake?
the tables have turned. Brian needs help.
Maybe he should stay off the ball.
Maybe, but
He took his bush truck, he went up the mountain, and I got the phone call saying, "Help, I'm stuck."
As James pulls up,
There it is.
his fun job is revealed
Oh my God.
on a frozen pond.
I find the front end completely submerged underwater, and the ice is probably 8 inches thick. I know this isn't going to be easy.
James and Brian
Hey, Adam,
aren't alone.
come here.
Co-worker Adam LeBeau has arrived with his own 4x4.
Off-roading with friends. It's an adrenaline rush.
Okay, go.
It's a lot of fun.
Right away, Adam tows a winch line out onto the ice.
We're a different breed up here.
Okay, you don't want to go too much farther.
We do things a little more crazier. And we really care about our toys.
But it's no laughing matter, saving the trapped truck.
With the amount of ice, how thick it is, there's a lot of resistance.
Start cutting blocks around it.
Brian uses a chainsaw to carve up the ice.
We have to cut blocks and sections of ice away to break a truck free.
Okay, let's try pulling.
Now James will use a special technique to reel in his catch.
I'm doing a method called fishing. Lift the boom all the way up. As you're bringing it down, you reel your lines in.
Okay, watch yourself. Hold on. Hey, there we go.
The back wheels are out.
Hopefully the front end goes up.
But the front wheels are hung up.
Ice is going underneath the truck and causing a lot of resistance. It's not a good scene.
Adam, don't stand there.
Oh, wait.
Near Merritt, BC,
Gonna have to break more ice, I think.
a truck trapped in ice
It just dragged me back.
is taking James for a ride.
Gonna roll it. See? Look at my truck.
Oh, wait.
Whoa, whoa. Holy, that's pulling hard. Oh my God.
What seemed like a simple recovery
Hold on.
is now putting the reliable 1-ton at risk.
I want it to come up easily, but it's not working out that way.
Yeah, I'm not rolling this.
I gotta stop and come up with another plan.
James grabs a second line and walks it out to the ice.
No, not looking good.
But Brian, the truck's owner,
I'm gonna try to bust the ice around it a bit.
has to break out the chainsaw once again.
We have to free up some of the ice underneath the truck. Hopefully deal with the situation.
Okay, watch your hands.
With 2 lines and less ice in the way, the battered pickup
It's out.
is finally out of the water.
Brian, I think you're gonna owe me big after this one. Only took all day, but it's out.
Got it up, got it out of the water. I feel great.
So Brian, what did we learn from this experience?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
After being submerged,
It might go.
Brian's truck isn't out of the woods yet.
This truck's been to hell and back.
Dude, if that thing starts, I'm gonna laugh.
But if we can make it run, we're gonna drive it out of the bush.
The ice-cold bath
No.
has poured water on their plan.
We'll just drag it out.
So James will have to tow it out over rugged terrain.
Towing it out is not a great thing. Going from 17,000 pounds to upwards of 21,000. This road is covered in mud and ice,
We're totally hitting the puddle on the way out.
and it's not the smoothest road.
Moving out,
Holy Lord.
It's a rough 1 mile ride back to the main road.
Sweet. That's a gooder.
Over bumps and icy ruts.
Oh, dude. Get in there. I broke through the ice. Stuck.
Near Merritt, BC. An off-road rescue.
Holy Lord.
And a rough ride home.
Oh, dude.
Comes to an abrupt halt.
I broke through the ice. I'm supposed to be the off-road guy, and now I'm stuck. Oops.
With his wheels swallowed by the icy ruts.
Wrap this around the base of that tree.
James will have to rescue himself.
Tie a strap to a tree and run a winch line. Okay, so Brian, when we go to do this, want you in the truck, put it in 4 high, throttle at about 2,000. Good. Hopefully this tree is strong enough to pull me out. Okay, you in reverse?
Yeah.
Okay, back up.
Brian gives it some throttle.
Don't spin.
And James works the controls.
Go.
To keep the winch line tight.
Definitely don't want to make the call to the boss saying that his truck is stuck in the mud. I need to get this done. Keep going. Keep going.
The tree has helped James and Brian.
We're out now.
Get back on track.
Okay, let's get out of here. Job's over. I'm going home, and I guess I'm gonna wash the tow truck. That's insane, man. I can't believe just right through the ice. That was fun.
Yeah.
Brian's helped me out many times, so a favor returned. Never a dull moment.
Later that day, in Merritt, the sheared-off cab of a tow truck stands as a sobering reminder in the reliable yard. 2 nights ago,
The tow truck just crashed into the divider.
Can't put any weight on the right side of your body.
Colton survived a collision with the back of a semi.
That's one of the worst situations to deal with. It's not easy on somebody.
Miraculously, he walked away with only minor injuries. But today,
It's okay, as long as you can't see what it is, it's all good.
office manager Kristen Araneda and the team
What am I gonna write?
are preparing something special to say goodbye.
Colton has decided to move on, and we support that decision.
Gather round, reliable crew.
We support each other. We're like one big family. And we kid around.
So we're gonna miss you, buddy.
I'm gonna miss you guys too.
It was good having you around, wrecking our We come bearing gifts. Anytime you're in a serious accident, it makes you wonder, is this the job for you?
All the best, good luck. We will miss you.
You're one of the lucky ones to live. So why do the same job over that almost killed you?
We thought about these gifts for a long time, and they mean a lot.
This one?
Colton's last present is a souvenir from the fateful night.
Yeah, buddy. Something to remember it by.
Thank you, guys.
It's time to move on, and it's totally understandable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start warming. I'm gonna miss them.
You know how much me and this guy have been through?
Oh, no way.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell.
There's 2 trucks here.
Double cross.
Oh, God.
Mitch and Merv dance.
We're trying to salvage a loader.
After 2 trucks tango.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We gotta be real careful here.
An unstable situation.
Come on back. Whoa!
Rocks Jamie's world.
What in the...
Oh, I don't know about that.
And Gord digs deep.
What have you guys done here?
To save a sinking loader.
Stop!
This time on Highway Thru Hell. Oh. Mountain mayhem. Ken's comeback.
Watch the line.
Puts him.
What the hell happened there?
In the thick of the battle.
I'm not touching nothing.
On missions. Impossible recovery.
Get out of that place.
Time to get on the road again.
Jamie makes a border run.
There it is. That's the truck I've been looking at.
On an epic journey south.
I got a letter.
And gets an unexpected delivery.
That's incredible.
Well, those guys are far from home today.
In the coast mountains of British Columbia.
Hey guys, they had a pretty bad wreck up there.
Mission Towing's Truck 90 is in unfamiliar territory.
We're just going up the Lillooet Lake Forest Service Road right now.
Dylan Greenwood is going the distance on an extraordinary assignment.
We're over 4 hours away from our base. Then we're probably over 100 kilometers out here in the bush.
Other companies have turned down this job, but we'll take on any challenge.
Narrow spot.
Following behind is a second heavy wrecker and fellow operator Ted Cork.
Sharp corners, sheer cliffs, pressure's on.
Leading the convoy.
Here we go.
Is mission boss Ken DePerrin.
This is my first big recovery since I've been out of the hospital.
Earlier this season, Ken narrowly survived a heart attack.
I had open heart surgery. That was a tough moment for me. It was really hard.
I want to head out on this job to see how my stamina is and how I can do. It'll be a good test for me. This is where it went over, right here. Oh, look at how far down this is. Okay.
200 feet below the road.
Oh, man.
The wreck is deep in the forest.
Holy smokes.
I'm surprised that thing is upright right now.
Look at the size of those rocks. Unbelievable.
It's a long ways down.
Wow. Oh, this is a really big job. That's a deep hole.
Dylan rappels over the side.
The truck is on a 70-degree slope.
Pretty steep.
And is joined by swamper Craig Hookey.
Very dangerous to get down there. Oh. Very slippery.
Wow. Hopefully nobody gets hurt on this job.
Reaching the crash site.
Oh, it's a big boy.
We got our work cut out.
Craig and Dylan discover
Big log there, hung up on this big one right there.
the extreme job
It's another big one that broke off.
is layered in danger.
That truck's not going anywhere.
On the highway through hell, closure is not an option. on Fire Mountain near Pemberton, BC.
The whole front cab, everything is all twisted right up.
Mission Towing sizes up their toughest recovery in years.
This is a heavy truck.
We'll be dangling the full weight off the wreckers.
And it's got a crane on the back of it too, so that doesn't help. Hung up on logs, hung up on rocks. It's a bit of disaster.
Climbing the slick country road. The dump truck lost traction, slid backwards, tumbling over the edge and into the thick forest below.
It was like so surreal, like, you know, I was like, holy.
You guys are lucky to jump.
Yeah.
The driver narrowly escaped.
As it was sliding down the hill, yeah, I jumped out. You could see the tree shaking and then it was gone.
Down the slope,
It broke off all these trees, right?
Craig and Dylan faced their first obstacle.
There's multiple trees on top of this truck.
The tree that's on sort of above the cab is across it.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna pull that truck out.
Unless we get that off it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
To move the tree, the mission crew lower a line from Ted's 25-ton wrecker.
Okay, hook that to the hook.
Okay, Dylan.
I'm gonna take some strain.
Embark, Colton.
She moved, she moved.
3,000 pounds of timber
Keep her going.
begin to shift away from the truck.
Oh, it's gonna walk right up the tree.
You got to be cautious all the time.
But as the tree continues to rise,
They're not in a very good spot.
Ken's concerned about the crew below.
I'm getting out of there right now.
Watch in case that tree drops on them.
One falls on you, it'll crush you.
Hang on.
Great.
Watch your head.
Have a good day, driver.
1,200 miles southeast in the high desert of Nevada,
Time to get on the road again and make some money.
Jamie Davis is on the longest trip of the year.
What we're doing today is have a really long tow down to the California-Mexico border. Once we get there, we're gonna pick up a wreck coming back to BC.
It's a tight schedule.
This trip is really a lot longer than we usually do.
But Jamie can't resist.
Right there, I've been driving by that thing for so many years.
A roadside attraction he's had his eye on for decades.
It's an old tow truck here. I've been following it since I was 18 years old, and I just wanted to stop and see it. Looks like it's all for sale here. Okay, so let's go have a look. For all these years, I've been making sure that truck's still there every time I go by. Maybe thinking I would buy it and bring it home. Bullet holes in there. I've been wanting to stop here for 37 years. It was kind of always a spooky place. Maybe somebody's gonna take shots at you. You're on private property, boy. You're gonna get some lead. There it is. That's the truck I've been looking at for all these years. Wow. So this is a classic truck. It's nice. It's been sitting in the desert for at least 30 years that I know of. It's a very clean old truck. Serial number. This is a 1963 Holmes 500. It's quite a cool old truck. Very, very restorable, this truck. This would make a perfect
restoration project. One day maybe, but it's not today.
But with a load to deliver and hundreds of miles to go,
Traveling long distances, you never know what to expect.
Jamie pushes on towards the Mexican border.
Between here and there, there's nowhere really to stop. That's just a brutal, brutal place to be. It's crazy.
On the side of a mountain
Tell him to stay out of the way, Dylan.
Just stand clear.
near Pemberton, BC,
Hang on.
Ken and the crew are trying to clear a path to bring up a wreck 200 feet below.
Craig!
Watch your head.
Timber! One down, one to go.
Everything about following these trees is very hazardous.
Okay, we're feeding the line out to you.
Okay, feed me. Oh!
From a wrecker up top, a winch line is rigged to another massive tree.
Whoa!
Hold it, it's stuck again.
Big deep hole, eh?
Up on the road,
We're getting there, we're getting there.
Ken's longtime partner, Val, can barely watch.
I have to make sure that he doesn't overdo it.
It just needs kicked over.
Kenny, you're not supposed to be doing that. Never mind.
Just kick it over. There you go. I would love to be down there right now.
He has to look out for his chest, so we'll all be looking out for him.
200 feet down the bank,
Murphy.
Craig has a new plan.
Okay, hang on, I'm gonna cut.
A better way to bring the second tree out.
Hold it, cut it, and then move it.
But sawing through the thick trunk
Now, this is interesting.
places Craig inches away
I'm afraid I'm gonna fall into it.
from peril.
You're cutting things that are very unpredictable.
One slip will cut your leg off.
That's really a dangerous situation.
Cutting in a bad spot.
I don't like this. Watch it, Craig.
Cutting in a bad spot.
On a mountain road near Pemberton, BC,
Watch it, Craig.
Ken and the mission crew
Fighting is every bit of the way.
are surrounded by hazards.
Hold there! Whoa, are you okay?
Yes! Good, good! Oh, that was scary, eh?
When you're cutting these trees, you want to make sure you can get out of the way quick, so that you're not going to get pinched in between them.
Now,
Give her a pull, Ted.
another massive tree must be winched off the wreck.
Keep pulling, Kenny. Okay, that's gonna break. Beauty!
The last major obstacle is out of the way,
How about those logs, Dylan?
Yeah, they might need to be cut.
but the route to the top
Thank you.
is littered with debris.
Let's get these logs right out of the way to clear the pathway for this truck to come up.
Clearing the logs could take hours,
I was looking at those logs. I think they might be advantage to us.
but Craig has another idea.
So it doesn't get hung up on all those rocks.
Position the logs on the bank so the wheels can ride over the boulders and all the stumps.
Trouble is what happens with logs when they jam up underneath. It'd be better not to have them.
He thinks it'll get hung up on the wreck. But this is a good plan.
When the tire comes, it drops down and it rests on these logs.
Don't challenge me.
Give me a push. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. We're going to give it a shot.
There you go.
With a path of logs to ride over
I think we're ready to pull now.
and 200 feet to climb,
It already has a snatch block on the line.
Okay, good.
Dylan and Craig plan the rigging.
go underneath the axle,
so when you
and then up to the frame rail.
That's right.
2 lines from each wrecker will be attached to the target. Then the mission trucks will attempt to power the wreck up the 70-degree slope.
I'm gonna get this thing out.
But this is no ordinary truck.
That's a tri-drive with double wall frames and the crane on top of it. It's one of the biggest trucks on the road.
But the 30-ton unit won't move until the wheels roll.
How are the brakes? You get to push that yellow button.
Doing nothing. No air pressure.
It's a lot of resistance for us to be pulling on without releasing these brakes.
I don't think we're gonna pull that up with the brakes on.
The only option
We gotta get the brakes off.
is to manually release the brakes underneath the precarious load.
Gonna have to cage the brakes.
Dylan's coming down.
Caging brakes on a 70-degree slope is not something that I want to be doing right now.
Just trying to figure if it's smart for me to be underneath here.
Dylan will have to work fast,
Figure that those trucks will hold.
knowing it could shift at any moment.
I put my life in your hand.
Yeah, you just be careful. Don't get yourself in a spot.
I'm getting in the spot.
You want to make sure that vehicle is being held because you're putting somebody's life in danger.
Get ready to bounce.
Something fails, yeah, pretty much done for.
I'm just worried about moving the truck. The tire's not touching anything right now.
That's dangerous. Roll right over you.
And there's another threat.
Hear that?
An 80-foot tree wedged under the truck.
You hear that tweaking?
On the verge of letting go.
With this log behind my head is the worry.
One hour north of the Mexican border.
Hot temperatures. And I think I'd much rather be here than chaining up on the coke right now.
Jamie's hauling a load across an unforgiving landscape.
And I'm seeing sand dunes, you know, as if they were like snow drifts. This is really cool. I've never seen anything like this.
This is one of the highlights of my road trip. It's just like being on a different planet.
From Hope, Jamie has traveled more than 1,200 miles through the American West and is closing in on his destination, the border town of El Centro, California.
Senorita. We're only minutes away from offloading here. It's only 8 miles to the Mexican border.
But as Jamie looks for a body shop,
We've got some construction here, and I've got to be on the other side of the construction.
an unexpected turn
I don't know what the heck to do. Road work ahead.
takes him off course.
Doing long hauls is not without its issues. They'll always throw a curveball at you.
This is the road we have to turn down. This is bad news, but I think we'd have really no choice but to go down it. This is not far. I could get stuck in here.
In British Columbia, working cliffside.
You hear that tweaking?
Dylan's under a wreck. Trying to release the brakes on the 30-ton load.
This log behind my head?
Hard spot, man. Very dangerous. You get it in?
No.
Being underneath it, it's a bit of an eerie feeling. You could end up getting squished, and it could happen pretty quick.
The dump truck is held by 2 wreckers.
How's the trucks looking up there?
But up top,
The spades are up. We got the truck off the ground.
the mission trucks are already under heavy strain.
If we don't cage the brakes, we're not going to be able to pull it.
Let me get it for you.
Just be careful in there.
Whoa!
Craig
Man, it's hard work.
swaps in for Dylan.
You're good.
But the rear wheels are still locked
It's got 2 flat tires.
and in rough shape.
And the back axle is twisted. What a nightmare.
It's not going to benefit us in any way, trying to gauge it.
On the road,
Let me know when you're ready.
Ken and Ted wait for news.
We're able to carry the lead 2 axles. The rear axle's got the bumpers pushed into it and it's twisted.
We're able to pin them though?
The back one, no.
Oh boy.
If that one's jammed, those tires aren't going to roll.
I don't know how that'll work, but we'll try it.
With light fading, Ken makes the call.
Almost ready?
Yeah. All right, get ready to pull.
It's time to winch.
Okay, go! She moving at all?
Yeah, she's moving.
Keep pulling.
What's happening?
You moved it a foot.
But the beast below
It's up in the air now.
is just toying with Ken's trucks.
We're really up in the air here, Dylan.
Not gonna hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it.
A lot of weight on that.
On Fire Mountain,
Not gonna hold it.
a pair of heavy wreckers are locked in a battle with a 65,000-pound truck.
We're coming up pretty good here.
Pulling like this, you can definitely flip a wrecker.
No, we must be jammed into something right now.
Bang, stop.
Whoop, whoop. Hold it, hold it.
What's happening?
Let down a little bit.
Ted and Ken back off on the controls.
Are you gonna try and release those brakes? I think it would be wise if you could.
And Dylan goes back under.
I'm gonna release one more here while you guys hold it.
Okay.
Don't touch any controls.
What a job. Did you get that cage bolt in?
I need like ice creams or something.
Need some Newfie touch, Dylan. Just talk nice to it.
It's not a place where you want to be working, but somebody's got to do it.
Topside, there's another concern.
Running out of light, though.
I know. I just hope we get it moving before it gets dark here.
Yesterday, the dump truck lost traction, rolling backwards over the edge, landing 200 feet below.
We're just having a tough time here.
Releasing the brakes would give the crew a fighting chance. But for Craig and Dylan,
I'm gonna make a call.
they're out of time
We're done. Let's pull.
and patience.
We're not gonna play with this.
I'm gonna lie to him. Kenny, get ready to run.
Yeah, I'm here.
Time to play.
Got her, I'll release.
Yep, start pulling.
Sometimes the less Ken knows, the better.
Pick it up a bit, Ted.
Ken has Ted raise his boom to get more lift.
We need every little bit we can to pull this truck up.
She coming okay?
Even with the rear brakes locked,
Yeah, she's coming.
the wreck finally begins to climb.
She's off the trees and she's over the rocks. Now we're rolling.
Keep going, Ted.
Feels really good to get my hands back on the controls.
Let's get him to chase. You might have to let him catch up.
Take her, Ted.
But on the extreme angle and rugged terrain, a minefield of obstacles lies ahead.
If you see something gonna go wrong, just let me know ahead of time.
road work ahead. I gotta turn right here.
Near the California-Mexico border,
This is bad news.
Jamie's off course, trying to reach his destination minutes before closing time.
It's a little bit nut bar. I'm driving through the construction site because that's where we're told to go. I'm trying to weave this 60-foot long big rig. It's a little bit of a war zone here. Record guys don't know the meaning of stop.
Jamie finds his way back to a road.
I have an inch on either side of me. This is crazy. This will be skilled driving 101. Wow.
And finally,
Okay, we did her.
arrives to drop off the wreck.
Thanks for staying open.
I live right here closer, you know.
Oh, okay, that's cool. This is really close to the border here, eh?
Yeah. You want to go to Mexico?
No, I haven't. I've never been, but one day. Okay, well, I'll get unloaded. All right, Tom, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
Okay.
We're gonna go pick up our northbound load.
Jamie heads out to get another load and begins an 1,800-mile journey back to BC. In BC,
He's going.
Mission's high-angle recovery
I don't like how it's getting close to that tree.
is gaining ground.
It's going good down here, Kenny.
But the wreck must now roll up a cliff littered with logs.
These logs could jam underneath and maybe pole vault the truck as it's coming up.
The dump truck continues to climb. And Craig's plan
Roll right over on that log.
is paying off.
That log worked perfect, buddy.
You're gonna be okay.
Working good. Awesome.
80 feet to the road, Ken's crew is not out of the woods.
There's a lot of obstacles here.
Take it.
Ken and Ted continue to winch, and the wreck keeps rolling.
We got it now. See, big difference releasing the brakes, eh?
Dylan can finally confess the truth about the brakes.
I didn't cage the rear axle.
We only released 2 axles.
Really?
We couldn't get the rear.
No? It's dragging still?
Yeah.
No kidding.
There's an old saying, what you don't know won't hurt you.
But as the wreck crawls toward the top,
Go with the other line there, Ken.
the recovery is reaching its breaking point.
Getting a little tougher.
Just below the road, the slope is nearly vertical.
Almost 90 degree. We're coming down a cliff here.
Now we have to deal with the cliff. That's a very crucial point.
Are we okay on this big rock?
Bring it to it.
Okay.
This will be a challenge. A lot of heavy lifting.
This cliff is no joke at all. It's straight down pretty much.
Hey, Ted.
Keep coming, buddy.
9 hours into a mountainside recovery,
Take a little more, Ted.
the mission crew
Take her a bit more, Dylan.
has reached a critical stage.
We're gonna have a problem getting this over the top because the cliff is almost vertical.
Can you lift her? Just take your boom up for a second.
I don't want to break anything.
If anything fails, next thing you know, this truck is 500 feet down.
The dump truck is only feet from the road,
Keep going. Keep going.
but the 30-ton load now dangles on the edge of disaster.
Holy smokes. Ted? Watch yourself.
The wreckers are in a deadlift and reaching their limit.
That's about it.
Hold there. I am.
To crest the road,
We're in a bad spot right now.
Ken needs a new strategy.
We're gonna try moving the wrecker, repositioning him a bit. Can he hold it?
Okay, Ted, I'm gonna let it down. Just hold on there. Hold there. I'm not touching nothing.
But to move Dylan's truck,
It's a lot of weight there.
Ted's 25-ton must hold the entire load.
That vehicle can overpower your wrecker and flip it very easily.
Okay, it's all on there right now. Gonna roll a truck over. It's not gonna hold it. Just hold your breath. Don't move.
It's really touch and go. It could get terrible real quick.
I'm gonna leave it hooked up. I'm just gonna pull ahead.
Dylan makes his move.
Let's get ahead quick.
Very intense moment. We've got the truck almost hanging on this cliff.
Ted's wrecker is holding steady.
Let's put a safety line on. I think we should.
We have to switch some of the winch lines around to get a better grab on this truck.
But as Dylan disconnects,
Look. Look.
That scared the out of me.
after the close call,
Just got mad.
another line is added from Dylan's record.
As I start pulling, you're gonna start to share this line to me.
You gotta let the truck relax as Dylan gives it a bit of a pull and then pull again, and that's what's gonna be the hard part.
So as you're pulling, I'm gonna slack off. Yep.
Whew. Ted and Dylan must time their pulls perfectly.
A little bit down, Ted.
Head off a bit.
I'm letting it off.
But that's really super tight, you guys.
Dylan, Ted's working against you.
Yeah, I know, he needs to pitch out a little.
There's a lot of things that can go wrong. We're fighting each other.
You go up. Whoop, what the hell happened there? Let me through here.
With everything on the line,
Hold there, Ted.
Ken has an idea.
I think what we gotta do is get a lift on this.
Yeah,
Pull on the back end.
yeah, drop the front end and pull the back end over.
It's lifting the wreckers too much. We got to change this.
To get more control, an extra winch line from each wrecker will be rigged to the back of the frame to help turn the truck up and onto the road.
A little more. Good, Ted.
The back lines are on, and Ken
Both of you go at the same time on a low pull and see what you got.
gives the command.
Once you start pulling on that, it's a point of no return.
There you go.
Watch the lines, you guys. They're awfully tight.
Your cables are telling you a story, like you listen to them.
The wreckers are fully committed.
Okay, hold it. He's going up.
For Ken and crew,
See what's happening?
there's no turning back.
The truck is working way past its limit.
Gotta go.
Intensity level is right up to the top.
No.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You gotta roll the truck.
Get out of that way.
Whoa, whoa, you gotta roll the truck.
An all-out battle on a mountain road.
Get out of that way.
has Ken and the crew near the end of the line.
I'm worried that this isn't going to hold the load.
Even with extra rigging, the extreme angle and massive weight have brought the recovery to a grinding halt.
We're really not gaining any ground.
Stop, tighten hold. I need to be over this way.
He's got to get, we got no room right now. That's the trouble. He's got to get up.
In the moment, it looks hopeless. It's very disheartening.
It's just fighting us every bit of the way.
Okay.
Dylan has a bold idea.
Ted? We're gonna bring it out the same way it went in.
Yeah.
Get more distance from the wreck.
You're just gonna hold it from rolling. So just hold that line.
Just
keep
snug.
feeding it out.
Yeah.
Dylan moves farther down the road.
Get into a line where I can pull the hardest I possibly can.
With truck 90 pulled ahead and winching from a wider angle, the two wreckers will try to lift and turn the unit back onto the road. But Ken knows
That ain't gonna work.
it's high risk.
This way it comes out, the way it went in.
We're right at the toughest part of the pull. That's a lot of strain.
Oh, we'll see.
I want that low line that I have, put it on the tow pin.
There is doubt, but you have to play the cards you're given. It's all or nothing. I'm gonna go for it.
Watch those cables. Let Ted catch up to you, Dylan. Scared the out of me.
You're on the edge of your nerves. When you hear a bang, it scares you.
Now we're over those rocks. Thank God. There we go.
Keep feeding it out.
But as Dylan and Ted continue to pull, there's a new problem. The wreck is threatening to roll.
We're getting very close to tipping the truck over here.
Top line, Dylan.
The dirt shifts or a rock moves, and next thing you know, it rolls down.
Hold it. Oh.
Hey, hold on, Dylan.
Ken stops the pull to counter the tilt.
Why can't we go around that with a chain?
And one line is moved to the high side.
Oh, it's a battle, this one. This is the ones you remember, jobs like this.
10 hours into the mammoth job, Ken and the mission crew press on.
Oh, this got you right up in the air. Keep her going. That's okay, that's okay. That's what we want. Easy, you're going too fast for him. Okay, hold it a sec.
Let's get this other line to the back corner.
Yep, you're right, Ted, I agree. Give her, Ted.
But with the wreck straddling the road
Still looking good, I can't see him.
and sight lines disappearing,
Ted, I'm coming through.
confusion sets in.
Is he gonna pull it some more?
Could you pull more?
We're pulling, okay, go.
At this point, the communication isn't clear. It's not going to help the situation.
Pull.
Let your top line off. it, Dylan. Hold it, Dylan. Whoa. Craig, the truck's right off the ground here, ready to flip, so just watch it. I want out first. Hang on.
Let him take as far as he can.
Let me get out of here.
I just go to put my leg over, he starts pulling again.
I got a little bit more.
Let me get out. That's what I just said. Whoa, the truck's going up. Whoa.
Tell him to take as far as he can.
In the final stage of Mission's mountain recovery,
Let me get out of here.
Ken is caught in the kill zone.
Let me get out. That's what I just said. Whoa, the truck's going up. Whoa.
I'm right in the middle of the bite. That cable breaks, it take off your leg.
Dylan, hold it. Just let me get out of here first.
Come on out.
That's what I asked for last time, that's all.
With Ken safely out of the way, Ted and Dylan can see the finish line.
There's no turning back. We got to bring this thing up to the road.
Is he pulling it forward a bit?
Are we out?
Looks good. You're on the deck.
Finally,
Okay, blocks of wood.
after nearly losing it all, the impossible recovery is over.
Oh my gosh, am I glad to see this.
We did her.
Good job, buddy.
The last play of the night brought it home.
Dylan's gamble paid off.
Good.
Now I am beat, like the rest of these guys.
It's one of the biggest jobs I've ever done. Those are the dream jobs. Those are the ones you want.
But for Ken's partner, Val, it's a huge relief.
I'm so happy that nobody was hurt. It's done.
Good job.
Haven't worked that hard all year.
A great team effort today. We're all excited. It's a win, 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 win.
It's a very big moment for Ken.
Let's get going.
I've gone through a lot this last while, and this is a great way to come back into the game. I'm back.
Two days later, at the mission yard,
I've received some hard news from the doctor. I'm not going to be allowed to drive heavy wrecker. I've been part of this business for 46 years. It's been in my blood my whole life. And now it's like someone's taking your wings away.
but Ken isn't ready to retire. Not by a long shot.
Whatever gets sent down your path, you got to deal with. No matter what changes I have to make, towing will always be in my blood.
Welcome to BC.
Just outside Hope,
That was a really long trip.
Jamie returns from his exhausting 5-day trip to the U.S.
Probably one of the longest tows I've done. It's good to be back. This winter, everything's changed so much. Then I think we've begun to dial this place back in. Home sweet home.
At the yard, Jamie's wife, Sherry, has big news.
Doing your job while I was gone, huh? Looking after things,
You're here.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. How was your trip?
It was a good trip.
Yeah?
Long trip, though.
I got a letter, and it was pretty exciting.
It says here, it's with great honor that I wish to inform you of your nomination and selection to be inducted into the International Towing Hall of Fame. Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
3 years ago, Jamie watched his good friend, Gary Leach, be inducted into the Towing Hall of Fame.
I don't think there is any bigger recognition than the Hall of Fame in our industry.
Congratulations.
Now it's Jamie's turn.
I'm pretty blown away by that.
You're gonna have to get a suit.
To receive a nomination to the Hall of Fame is a perfect way to end the long winter. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Congratulations.
Can't believe it.
I can.
Winter is over. And one driver heading down the coke can finally switch gears in a different kind of ride.
I don't get out of that tow truck much, but when I do, I like to get away from it fast. I live for adrenaline. That's why I tow on the Coquihalla. 5 months of winter, a little bit of sunshine brings happiness.
This time, on Highway Thru Hell, trouble with timber.
I'm done standing around.
A pinned trailer becomes a puzzle for Mitch.
Oh my God!
A smoldering wreck
Is that chicken? Oh,
sparks Cam and Jamie.
Hope we don't get another fire going here.
We could be in a world of trouble.
And a recovery on a river
Kenny!
sees the return
This is the best place to be.
of a legend.
How's the coke looking? It's open, but it's bad up there.
11 p.m. on BC's Coquihalla Highway.
There's a couple of spud out on the hill.
A late winter storm has been punishing drivers
I'm stuck, I can't move.
for the last 12 hours. But on the hill,
And the green cauldron up.
a legendary heavy record has been running non-stop.
That's why they call it weather, because they don't know whether he's right or whether he's wrong.
Al Quiring's Green Goblin.
Quilling's having a field day. Yanking him up the hill.
It's a busy night on the Coquihalla. Every alligator I kill, 10 more seem to be appearing.
The unmistakable 50-ton record
I'm just backing up to you guys here.
helps keep the mountain highway moving. For more than a decade, Al's Kenworth T800
Tow truck's on its way.
has towed thousands of trucks up the Coke with its 18-speed ultra-low gear transmission and 565 horses under the hood.
When the green truck shows up, there's never gonna be a problem.
Al hooks on to his 12th semi of the night.
As soon as we're going, start grabbing gears.
Yeah, shouldn't take him long. I just gotta pull him out of there real quick.
But further down the hill,
Oh, yeah. Come on, girl.
his 13th customer
Oh, no.
is already waiting.
Damn it.
The fully loaded semi
We're in a bad spot here.
is blocking the road.
Hopefully the tow truck can get us out of this situation.
Yeah, Al's gonna be here in a minute.
Give it one good hard pull,
Oh, here we go.
and hopefully clear the highway. Okay, we'll just go up easy. Hook onto this guy. Start going.
And you can see there's unbelievable stress on my truck. It's very hard to lift off on that steep grade.
Something's going on back there. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
And kaboom!
Oh.
On the highway through hell, closure is not an option. On the coke.
Everybody spun out.
Come on!
Spun out truckers aren't the only ones.
Here we go.
Having a tough night.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Al's workhorse
Kaboom!
is in trouble.
And then the smell of gear oil.
Ah!
For the first time in years, Big Green has broken down.
Blew a differential right in the middle of the party. We have a problem.
Al has lost his front differential.
The differential is what gets us moving. And 1 out of 3 of them is broken. There's not so much of a chance of pulling the guy out. And it's pretty slim for me to get up the hill myself.
Al limps the Goblin to a brake check.
It's frustrating.
And the driver he was pulling
Oh, that does not look promising.
awaits his fate.
I guess you just take deep breaths and that's about all you can do.
A highway supervisor arrives to break the news.
He busted the tow truck.
Oh no.
But the trucker
All right.
isn't stranded for long.
Yes.
Commandeering another machine,
Hallelujah.
Al finds a way to get the job done.
Go and steal the highways grader, throw a tow strap in it, and head her up the hill.
It's an unusual scenario, but the grader operator will give it a go.
Sometimes the grader's been stuck and I've come along and given him a little tug.
Tighten her up, yeah.
The grader starts to pull.
Here we go.
And Al rides along
Oh, here we go.
to keep the driver
Just go easy.
on track.
Just ease up on the ramp.
We're all there working together to keep that road open.
Doesn't seem to take as long when I'm sitting in my own cab.
Yeah.
Hanging on.
You want to drive?
Sometimes it takes hocus pocus. That's what we do.
There we go. Thanks for your help tonight. I appreciate it.
Al gets the semi to the top. But the Green Goblin needs resuscitation. The storm is over,
How's the coke looking?
and Al heads for home.
Coast all the way down the hill. Hopefully I can make it back to the shop on my own.
Yeah, you're good, driver.
30 miles down the mountain.
No snow, nothing.
The first spring thaw has brought milder weather to Hope.
Tank scale is wide open.
But on the edge of town,
Slow right down when you come up to the cut there.
there's trouble.
Looks like the reefer caught fire to me.
Yeah, the fire looks like it started in the bottom of the trailer.
The driver escaped, but captured the first moments of the fire on his phone.
I just heard like smoke coming out of my tires. Then the flames coming out. Then we call 911.
Looks like the brakes got too hot coming down the hill and eventually caught on fire.
The smoldering wreck is a danger to motorists on the coke. Dispatch to the call.
It was in a bad spot.
Jamie Davis is on his way.
Oh, I don't know what's in it or what's going on with it. It's loaded, they told us.
He arrives on scene in minutes to haul away the smoky hazard.
Biggest issue coming up on this job, we've got to get off the highway quick. Holy man, slow down. Traffic is coming around the corner fast.
Jamie's called in a second wrecker to help with the recovery. Operator Cam Nino shows up in the 45-ton General.
Watch your back. They're coming around here in a million miles.
We have to try and get this done quickly as possible.
Bit of a dirty one. Yeah. Tires and wheels are all blown out.
The trailer
is that chicken?
Is packed with frozen meat.
Probably about 40,000 pounds of chicken in there.
To get the rig ready to tow.
I hate touching meat.
It's gonna be gross.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not gonna be nice.
Cam has no choice. He needs to crawl under the stinking semi.
Yeah, right.
The fire damaged all the airlines. So we're gonna have to cage these brakes. Drop the drive shaft out of it.
Chicken. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
The trailer is free to roll.
We're out of here.
Okay.
But the charred wreck can't be towed far.
The fire's melted the tires off to one side, so they're not gonna turn too well.
There's a pullout down the hill a little ways on the right-hand side. We really need to move that off the highway and get to a pullout.
Real nice and slow. Hopefully we don't catch fire. Let's go.
Dragging it is the fastest way to get the road open. And I'll see you down the hill.
As Jamie follows Cam. Metal touches pavement.
You worry about another fire happening.
Yeah, we're smoking on this side.
We know it's risky business, but it's a calculated risk.
100 feet shy of the pullout.
The landing gear is sparking a bit back there.
Could be disastrous, so hope we don't get another fire going here.
Sparks turn into flames.
We're gonna be in a world of trouble.
Dragging some tires there.
On the coke.
The fire is at the front of the trailer.
A burned out wreck being dragged off the highway.
That is something else.
Threatens to reignite.
No, I hope it doesn't light up again. We're gonna be in a world of trouble.
Sparks or not, we have to get this trailer off the road.
Cam tows the smoldering load to a safe pullout.
The landing gear's rubbing on the ground.
Where Jamie follows behind.
There's no better choice here.
Real nice and slow.
After a few tense minutes.
They need to be right off the road.
That was a little intense.
Cam and Jamie have the trailer off the highway.
And the smoke's slowing down, so yeah, I'm relieved.
It's thawing cargo.
All the melting chicken's putting it out as we go.
Has helped snuff out the fire.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
But to take away the chicken wreck.
Next phase of this operation here is to tow the two units separately.
Cam and Jamie must disconnect the tractor from the trailer. Before separating,
the fifth wheel's not releasing.
Does that pin won't come out?
They discover a problem.
pin is not releasing.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
We've tried to release the fifth wheel and it's not coming apart.
What a mess.
It's obviously damaged in the fire and the heat. It cannot be hauled the way it is.
So Jamie decides to fight fire with fire.
We're gonna have to cut the plate off.
Okay.
But that's the quickest way for us to get out of here.
Jamie's mechanic, Renato Ramirez, slices through the pin and plate.
If something's not working, then you move on to the next thing.
The tractor and the trailer are severed.
Hey!
We got it separated and we're done for the day.
Okay, right there's good. Hold it! Nice!
Ready to head back to Hope, Cam takes the tractor.
Oh, look how good I am.
While Jamie uses the Python to haul away the trailer.
Yeah, there we go. Bringing in the Python to do this job, it's shorter, more maneuverable. It's a handy truck in tight places.
It's a great feeling to finish up a wreck.
Okay, we're out of here.
This is the high point of towing, getting it done and getting it off the road.
Pretty damn good job everybody did. I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy.
Oh yeah, she's opened up there. Thank you so much.
The next day, 75 miles north.
How's you looking, man? The cab loose, anyone?
Spring light conditions in Merritt
I got an accident scene up here.
have not made for a trouble-free morning.
Truck lost it, went across the median.
Reliable Towing has just dispatched a 50-ton record.
We're heading down into Merritt here. We've got a logging truck that's flipped over onto its side.
Operator Mitch Carr heads to an overpass
It's taking up one full lane.
just south of town.
Although I'm gonna knock on wood because I hate lumber trucks. There we have it.
When Mitch arrives,
Yeah, that's a bit of a mess.
he pulls up alongside all 72 feet of the logging truck.
That one doesn't look too good.
The wreck's bulky load is on the road and over the bank.
He slid into a guardrail.
Oh, what a mess.
It was gonna make things a little bit more difficult to just roll this back over again.
We have an absolute mess here.
The logging truck was entering the overpass when its load shifted. Landing beside a concrete barrier. The driver escaped serious injury. And incredibly, the logs didn't land on any other vehicles.
In this case here, what's happened is a guardrail didn't allow a lot of those logs to go anywhere.
30,000 pounds of timber trapped between the truck and the barrier has pinned down the wreck.
For the majority, all these logs are still kind of sitting in the bunk.
That's gonna be the messy part.
Reliable operators James, Luke, and Rooster
Wow.
are also on scene.
Flipping this thing back over with the remainder of those logs is it's gonna throw that trailer all over the place, right?
We're gonna have to try and do a control roll somehow. Trying to roll a logging truck over with the lumber on it still is definitely a big problem.
Here, there, and everywhere from the looks of it.
There's a chance it'll bend or break the bunk arms.
You're putting so much load onto those side rails, they're not meant to hold that kind of weight.
But Mitch has a bold plan.
I want all this lumber off of the tractor and trailer, and us bring the tractor and trailer over with nothing on it.
To separate the rig from the logs.
We're gonna have to scooch the whole thing over on its side.
Yep.
And let some of the load come off the rail and then bring it over afterwards.
For this recovery, James will operate one of Reliable's 50-ton wreckers because his main ride is in for repairs.
Currently, I am driving the Red Baron till the Black Sheep is done. Oh my God!
James rigs to the front of the wreck.
I'll grab onto the rear axles on the bottom side,
while Mitch runs lines to the back. Using both wreckers, they'll attempt to slide the logging truck out from underneath the load before setting up for the final flip.
I'm ready if everybody else is ready.
Beautiful, let's do it then.
Mitch and James start to winch.
Crank it!
Our plan has to be perfect.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
But the massive logs
He's not pulling that out of there.
are still holding down the wreck.
I didn't lose as much of that load as I wanted to.
I know.
We're hoping that we'd be able to slide the trailers out from underneath the logs. The logs are coming with it.
The logs are already bound up against the barricade, so they're just stopping right there. They're not rolling off.
If these bunk arms bend or break, we're gonna have logs everywhere.
And I'm gonna pull the back trailer off right now and get it uprighted.
So Mitch changes tactics, and they attack the wreck
Aha!
piece
Yeah, thanks.
by piece.
I'll grab that hook and run it to the back of the trailer anywhere.
Mitch starts with a rear trailer.
We'll try and drag it out of the way because it's the easiest one that's accessible.
You want another small chain? Okay, make sure you're out of the way.
The back end sits empty, except for one log. But weighing nearly a ton.
I don't know how well this is gonna work.
Even a single log
Get out of the way.
will be hard to shake.
Because that log's gonna cause you a pain in the ass.
If that log doesn't come out, we're gonna start breaking things left, right, and center.
Whoa! Whoa!
No.
Oh my God!
Recovery in process. Lane closed.
In Merritt,
Oh!
That ain't going away for a while.
a single stubborn log
Get out of the way.
is holding back Mitch on the first stage of a rough and tumble recovery.
Logs are big, logs are long, logs are heavy.
But with some help from gravity,
Oh my God!
the back end of the wreck is finally on its wheels.
Well, that's one way to do it. This cat's ass.
To pull the 2,000-pound log off the trailer, one-ton operator Rooster moves into position.
It's making our job a little bit tougher, but we're gonna get it done.
Now, Rooster, pull.
With a little tug, the log is towed away. But the rest of the wreck remains trapped under the bulky load.
Try and go as high with them as possible.
Mitch and the crew try to lift the lighter ones.
These are heavier than they look.
But 15 tons of timber are still in the way.
This is the biggest and heaviest game of pickup sticks you're ever gonna play in your life.
Sweet.
To lighten the load, a welcomed sight rolls up to the scene.
Got a hold of the local lumber company. They sent a loader out to help us.
Go team! Okay, one down.
Mitchell, what's the plan, Stan?
We'll try and sling this and drag this off of the trailer bunk.
The reliable crew use extra chains and a strap
You got one of them shack-a-mole things?
to make bundles.
Okay, pull.
The loader can come in, grab that pile of logs, and then they're out of our way and out of our hair.
Start pulling.
The heavy rescue rigging holds its own.
That couldn't have gone any better. That's what I'm talking about.
That could have took a turn, but it's out. That's all that matters.
But at the front of the wreck,
So the only thing that's gonna suck now is that
front bunk.
There's still a hefty problem.
I say we just roll it. And then whatever's gonna stay on that bunk is gonna stay on that bunk.
Quickest way to do this, hook and pull, get it flipped over, and get it out of the way.
But rolling the wreck, pinned down by logs, is a risky move.
All the weight of those logs are sitting on those bunk rails.
Grab your glove. I'm done standing around.
It might not do what you want it to do.
Pull your truck up.
75 miles to the south, near Hope,
I'm just wondering how hard he had that to be spun around like that.
a crash over a barrier
Well, he was a little lucky.
and into the trees.
Yeah, there's a wrecker coming right now.
Has Jamie's classic wrecker, the Python,
Back to work, baby.
on the move.
We're heading out to this wreck. It's a rollover.
I love this truck.
One-ton operator Wayne Sahada is along for the call.
You never know how hard the job's gonna be until you get there.
2 minutes up the road,
Driver okay or what?
first responders are already on scene.
We have a single vehicle off-road, traveling at a high rate of speed.
The driver is in stable condition and will be taken to hospital. Police have called in Jamie to get the accident cleared fast.
What kind of car is this?
Land Rover.
Oh, really? I've got the highway patrol there. They're all about getting off the highway as quickly as possible.
Wow. Somebody's lucky. This vehicle is busted up pretty bad. There wasn't much left of this thing.
We'll just put 2 chains on, and he'll only back up. We'll just lift it and hang it. We'll just get out of here in 2 seconds.
Normally, Jamie would flip the wreck where it rests, then winch it out.
We're just shortening up the chain right now so that when we go to lift it, we don't have so much chain slack.
But today, he'll try to lift it up and haul it off the highway in midair.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
This is a quick clearance technique.
Good.
I want to just pick this thing up and get it off the road for us to tow away.
Okay.
Directly above,
Because we got to be real careful here.
power lines could cause serious trouble if the Python's boom lifts too high.
Are they short enough that you're going to be able to clear?
Yeah, I shortened them up.
Okay. Stand back. Okay, going up.
Rigged tight to the frame. Jamie has the SUV on a short leash.
I want these chains to be as short as possible so that we have enough clearance to get between the concrete barrier and the power line.
Jamie's fast-track recovery has only taken a few minutes.
I'll drive ahead.
Okay.
Now, it's up to Wayne to move the Python forward with the wreck hanging off the boom.
Go real gentle.
You want to just nice and easily move this thing so it's not swinging out of control.
Gentle. Hey, slowly.
What happened there?
Near Hope,
Shut down westbound.
a closed road
Go real gentle.
has Jamie's crew in a race.
Okay.
There would be nothing more dangerous to lift this unit up and be driving across the highway and it fall down.
Slowly, hey.
Dangling 4 feet off the pavement, Wayne hauls the SUV to the other side.
Dealing with it in a pullout is really the safest and best way to handle this wreck.
Jamie's quick clearance
Thanks.
gets the highway open fast.
Starting to move here, Nils.
Pressure's off and the travelers can get where they need to go.
But the job isn't over. The wreck still needs to be brought back to the ground on its wheels.
He's gonna do a reverse roll on this thing.
To roll it back over on its wheels, we're gonna do a mid-air inversion.
Jamie's brought in one of his flat decks and new operator Mitch Mahood to help pull off the reverse rollover.
It's one of the reasons I was happy to come to work for Jamie. It's the learning factor.
Mitch and the deck truck team up with the Python.
Snap block here. Yep. And get you to pull this thing to roll it out.
For the airborne flip.
I'll work with you at the same time. Keep pulling. Let her come. You're going down too fast.
Working together, Jamie's crew
Now suck your boom in a bit.
turn the wreck.
Hold it, hold it. Okay, just let your side down. Back one, back one.
And land the reverse roll.
There we go. Perfect.
Boy, this guy's lucky, eh?
As the job wraps up,
And another accident. One on its roof in the ditch here.
We gotta leave you, Mitch.
Jamie's already off to another.
We gotta roll over.
Mitch can haul it away. So we're gonna get onto this next wreck.
There's a lot of that flip this morning on overpass.
In Merritt,
I'm done standing around.
Mitch and James
Let's do this. Pull your truck up.
get ready to roll the dice.
This wreck's a little different. A lot of the lumber is still on the trailer.
Roxanne, we'll keep it closed down in the meantime.
That's both directions.
We've got 20-minute windows
Let's go.
of full lane closures.
Come on, let's go.
Those 20 minutes disappear very quickly when you're dealing with something like this.
Earlier today, the logging truck tipped its load on the overpass, pinning down the wreck.
Pull.
After clearing away most of the logs, 5 tons of timber still weigh down the front trailer and cab.
You want top line here?
But the reliable crew
Yeah.
need to get it off the road.
Whenever you're ready, Mitch.
Definitely not the way we initially wanted to do this. But quickest way to do this is just one quick line, hook and pull.
Mitch tightens up the winch line on the 50-ton record. Then makes his move.
Keep coming. Keep going. More.
Everybody watch yourselves.
Keep coming. Keep going.
On an overpass in Merritt, BC,
More.
Okay, watch out.
traffic is stopped
Reliable towing, doing the cleanup there.
while a weighed-down logging truck is wrestled onto its wheels.
It's fighting us the whole way. We'll just see what happens.
James and Mitch's gamble.
Wonder bar. Done like dinner, buddy.
Pays off.
Unhook, let's go.
And the logging truck
Get the truck out of the way.
is back on its wheels. The road is open.
You're good to go. They're just single lane.
And the reliable crew move the truck one more time.
Is it in neutral?
Yeah.
Shaking free.
It's going.
The last few logs.
Yeah. Hey, just drive forward.
Everything is getting ready to be pulled out of here.
Just go nice and slow, nice and easy. Good. That worked phenomenal.
I love working with Mitch. We're a pretty good, solid team.
We're pulling out of here and we'll be able to make it home for dinner. Definitely rewarding knowing that everything's cleaned up.
"125 miles southwest in the Fraser Valley.
We're just going up to the 33-kilometer mark here.
Mission towing operators Dylan Greenwood
I grew up on this lake.
Really?
Yeah.
and swamper Craig Hookey
That water's cold too, buddy.
climb into the hills east of Harrison Lake.
I grew up in this area. It's a beautiful place to work.
For this off-road recovery, they'll need more than a tow truck.
I hope he's got paddles for that damn thing. It's in the water. We got to take a boat to get to it.
And leading the convoy is another operator
First time we've ever used a canoe.
who hasn't been in the field in months.
How's your chest doing? It's been pretty good so far.
Mission boss Ken DePerrin is back on a job for the first time since his heart attack.
I am starting to feel a little better. I can't drive commercial truck yet, but I can drive automobile right now. When I was in the hospital, I was wondering if I would ever get back to towing. I'm not going to be pulling cable today or nothing like that.
Sticking to the right here.
He's done this whole entire life.
Yeah, here we go.
I think he's just driving him crazy. So he's coming out. It's good for him.
Let's see what we got.
Offshore, in a pristine river, an abandoned off-road vehicle lay partly submerged.
She looks a little rocky down here. We're not really sure what it is. We heard it was like a dune buggy side by side. Boy, this is clear water. This is beautiful. Be nice to get that out of there. Keep the environment clean. You want it out.
You just drop it down here.
Right now. Got your boat, buddy.
Yeah, you got the boat.
This is really deep in this first portion. That's where we need the boat.
But first, Ken's crew clear a path
Just throwing some of it out of the way.
to make room for the tow truck. And Ken can't resist
Watch this stump.
lending a hand.
Gets in your blood and it stays in your blood.
Okay, you still got to go this way a bit.
And that's why you do it.
Coming down. How's he look? Clearance, you guys?
Beautiful.
But I think we've got him in a perfect spot there.
With the 1-ton positioned, Craig and new hire Andy Cullum can run a winch line out to the wreck.
Holy!
That was close.
Holy heart!
Craig and Andy push off, and Dylan wades out to the wreck
Oh, there's Dylan.
from shallow waters downstream.
He looks like the Sasquatch coming out of the bush.
Okay, Dill. Yep. Pull the rope.
Canoe's not my favorite choice. Canoes are tippy. They're there. They made it.
It looks like a custom V-dub or something.
Oh, yeah, she's in there, though. She's full of sand.
As Dylan rigs up, Ken sizes up the obstacles.
I'm just looking at some of these rocks here. There's quite a shelf right here. The vehicle could get hung up on those big rocks coming out.
Good.
The sunken target
Kenny!
is rigged and ready. And on shore, Ken's at the controls of a wrecker for the first time since he was hospitalized.
It's natural for Ken to want to help.
Throw me the rope.
Don't pull too hard, Kenny, on that chest.
No, I'm just gonna pull him in.
He wants to get back to the things he loves to do.
Are you ready to go?
Good to pull.
It's been 6 months since I've done this, so it's kind of a good feeling.
Dylan keeps an eye on their catch.
We got her big hook on her now. See if she comes over. Oh, she's sliding over. It's like getting back into the saddle of a horse, I guess.
But as the wreck slides closer to shore,
Starting to sink here, Kenny.
Yeah. It's getting deeper.
the chassis starts to sink.
The water is deep against the shoreline. Yeah, you're pulling straight into those rocks, Kenny.
If that strap breaks in the deeper water,
Tight.
we're gonna have a problem. We're coming up against some rocks now. I can feel it. Oh, wait. No.
In BC's Fraser Valley on the Silver River,
Starting to sink here, Kenny.
Yeah.
a sunken wreck
Yeah, you're pulling straight into those rocks.
has hung up 30 feet from shore.
We're coming up against some rocks now. I can feel it.
On Ken's first recovery in months, the abandoned chassis is the perfect challenge for the mission boss.
It feels good to get back in doing what you like doing. Watch it, Craig.
But
we're gonna have a problem. That's really super tight, you guys.
If the line breaks, it would be bad.
What we should do is put another line on as quick as we can. One breaks, we got another one.
Ken changes course on the plan.
Gotta go back out in the boat.
Yeah.
Craig paddles out a second line, and Dylan
So I can freeze my ass off and stick my hands back in here.
must reach into the ice-cold mountain water.
If it goes down deeper, now you gotta go swimming.
Whew, cold.
You don't want to do that.
So I think Dylan's getting cold out there, yes. But he's young, you can take it, right?
I got it.
Yeah.
That's why he's in there and not me.
With the second line rigged,
Start pulling.
Ken gets back on the controls.
Yeah, it's coming over.
It's going.
It's going.
And the towing legend
Here it comes.
lands his first catch in months.
Good.
I knew he would get it.
But Ken's future is still uncertain.
This is my first time going out since my heart operation. We got her done, but I got a long road ahead of me yet. It's up to the doctor to decide whether my days of heavy towing is done.
Good to see him getting out.
It's gonna come toward you.
It's not normal for him to not wake up in the morning with a purpose.
Thanks, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job, you guys.
It's a win for him and his health.
Pleasure working with you again. I love this kind of job. This is the best place to be. Let's get out of here before it gets dark.
50 miles southwest,
Grab a crescent wrench.
At the quiring yard in Aldergrove,
Lucas?
Yeah?
Al's youngest son, Lucas,
Hey, we're getting a call for a wreck up on Highway 3.
is bringing Big Green
How long till this baby's up and running?
back to life.
Tie it all back and good to go to work.
2 nights ago,
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Al's tried and true wrecker broke down on the coke.
It is very stressful. There's all kinds of competition for tow trucks that are just eager to take Big Green's spot.
To get the repair done fast,
I've been working in the yard here since I was probably 7 years old.
Al called in the best mechanic he knows.
Lucas, he's in heavy truck repair, and he's my mechanic. He's my lead guy.
That's all I needed right there.
You know, sure, we're father and son, but we're also teammates, which, you know, to me is very important. Did you move that upper airline?
Yeah, this will be the last one to tighten up, and it'll be good to rock and roll.
I learned from my dad. I usually learn things the hard way, as my dad likes to say.
Big Green's good to go.
I enjoy working with my dad, and I take big pride in it.
Okay, so we're good to pull this thing down and get rolling?
Oh, you can't go wrong with Team Green.
Big Green is back on the road, ready for more action.
That thing's gonna come over hard.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell,
Wow!
a lost load
Hey, keep an eye out!
puts Jamie's crew
Stand back!
over the edge.
No, no, no!
Watch out! It's another stuck excavator.
A sinking feeling
I'm gonna sink out of sight.
places Al on a perilous path.
Oh!
And
Hearing rumors you want to lead?
is it the end of the road
You need to give me a decision one way or the other.
for Colin?
I need to know.